Hello and welcome to a slightly different update for this month. I'm not going to be able to do a full dev diary for the month of April, so instead I'm just going to do a quick run through of the player's home base to show you the progress I've made on that so far. Now you probably already recognise this, you probably seen it in a couple of videos already. One is the player's ship leaving the docking bay, and there's the player's ship sitting inside there, and the other one was one of the first videos I did, which was the player's ship docking at this little airlock over here. So this is going to be the player's home base in the game, and I'm just trying to figure out the spaces inside and how it's going to be used, because other than the player's ship, this is going to be the second main area that the player will spend the bulk of their time when they're playing the game. So I've scaled this up a little bit. If I hide that, I'll show you to fit in the big hangar bays, because I need one that's big enough to fit the ship, and this transport was large enough to have two on one side and two on the other, with a little sort of like joining corridors in the middle. But I wasn't sure how much space the rest of the ship gave me. I already knew some areas I wanted, such as the main bridge over here, and also want a big viewing gallery on top. I'll talk about that later, and various floors where the guest rooms are, because this was the idea behind this whole vessel, is that it's actually a big space hotel for the billionaires that have come to watch this battle between two corporations, one on the planet, another one come to try and take it from them. So this was a little luxury vessel for the ridiculously rich people to watch people die for fun. But it got caught up in the big blast that happened and destroyed the planet, and everyone on board was vaporized. So, you know, we all go to the same place in the end, don't we? So this vessel was discovered by the survivors, dragged outside the battlefield, and there's now about 40 people on board trying to survive. The main character, Kayla, she's their scavenger, because she's the only one with the upgrades and abilities to go inside this anomaly zone and survive it and bring back supplies for them. So at the moment, as you saw, I'm just blocking out the main areas inside. The next thing I need to do is figure out how they all link together in terms of like elevators and pathways and all the rest of it. But what I've done so far is the hangar bays, like I've just shown you. I've just put a little bridge in here, which is just copied from a Cinti demo scene. But it's the main assets that fit into this area anyway, so they'll do for now. The player doesn't really visit that area that often. The other area that I'm working on, we've got some temporary assets here, just trying to figure out the space, is the one that'd be like a big garden on top with this like glass roof, kind of like a botanical garden almost. There's like a little area for a luxury area where people can sit and watch the battle unfold. So I was going to maybe cut up and use somehow these Cinti research domes. I just put them together here with a little glass corridor in between. Not sure this really works. As an idea, I really want the whole thing, this top blue section, to be like a glass roof. But we'll see how that goes. I'll work on that later. Another main area is the engine area at the back. This thing's got several huge stonking engines because it's a converted transport. So yeah, huge big powerful engines, and an engineering area just behind that will be important to the story. The final area, you probably see this big white block here. As well, one of the surviving groups was a research station from the corporation on the planet. They decided to dock with this ship, and the remaining scientists on board, they were researching growing plants. So handily, they've got a little, well, technically it's not a vertical garden if it's in space because it's zero gravity, but you know what I mean. It's like racks of plants growing and doing experiments to try and get more nutrients, grow them faster, and so on and so forth. But even despite that, that's not enough food for everyone on board. So Kayla, the main character, one of her main jobs is to find food pouches and other things like that in amongst the wrecks out on the battlefield. So the next task is to try and link all these areas together, think about the functionality of these areas, the NPCs, what they do. I mean, there's only going to be 6 main NPCs the player interacts with. The rest, they're just background, just people wandering around and enjoying, if you like, the space, trying to survive here. And that's what I've mainly been doing the last couple of weeks. The other parts of the design, I've finished the main design in terms of the wrecks, the player upgrades, and what stories delivered where. That was something I wanted to get done and out of the way because obviously it's a huge part. It's the basic structure of the game. So that's done. So now I can start planning out the actual wrecks themselves in terms of the internal layout, now that I know which parts are going to be locked at what point of the game and when they're going to be unlocked when the player finds an upgraded laser cutter or an airlock adapter, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's reaching an exciting moment of the development. Lots of level design coming up, and hopefully in the next video I'll have a lot more to show you. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching.